Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Etho, and we're back again today, guys, with another Let's Play episode, checking out the 1.14 update some more. Just barely scratched the surface on this thing so far. We got a lot to check out. And I thought we would do one of the more subtle features here. We would take a look at it and give our chorus fruit farm a major update. So if you don't know, the way we currently harvest this thing, it takes about 10 minutes or so. It's actually quite time consuming. Basically, I run along the top of the wood here and try to knock off the seeds. And every plant usually has like 5 seeds to it on average, right? We gotta get at least one off of each plant so that we'll have enough to regrow them. And I just kind of run along here and get as many as I can, as quickly as I can too, because I only got 5 minutes before they start despawning. So that's the way we used to do it, but now in 1.14 they made a very subtle but very awesome change where you can knock the seeds off of chorus fruits using a bow or even a trident, it looks like. Which is really cool. I like that a lot. I did try with like snowballs and eggs and what are they, the charges, the fire charges? Those don't work. None of these work. It has to be, I think, either the bow or a trident, or probably the crossbow. It looks like it even works if you do it from a dispenser. So if we plant this down, shoot it with an arrow, it pops off. So that's cool. So what we want to do is try to add some way of automatically harvesting the seeds off of our chorus fruits plants here. And also, yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to check out. You know that trick where you can... Oh, let's get our trident equipped. You know that trick where your trident can kind of hover around? I wanted to try that out. So if we throw it, get our arrows there so it can't return in our inventory. We don't have enough space for it, so it just kind of hovers around us. It's kind of curious what happens if we run near our chorus fruit. See if it knocks anything off or hits anything. Doesn't look like it really does anything. That could have been cool too. If you could just like run through here and it would, with like 10 tridents hovering around you, and you could harvest everything. No, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, let's go with the redstone method then. Okay, I just thought of a stupid game you can play with the elytra wings here. It's kind of like golf where you try to get a hole in one basically, except you're the ball. And if you miss, you'll probably die. Alright, so the idea is you try to go head first. Oh, I missed it. You go like head first down into a 2x2 hole or something. And see if you can make it without hitting the ground. Let's try one more time. It's really hard to aim, actually. Oh, nope. So I think maybe you gotta go more like... You gotta be higher up, maybe. I'll get it. Don't you guys worry. Don't you worry. Oh, that was close. There's got to be a trick to this, right? Oh, that was so close. Like, I can get within 2 blocks of it almost every time. If it was a 4x4, I think I could do it almost every time. It's this 2x2, though. Oh, and it still killed me! What? I hit the water! Oh, I just didn't slow me down enough. Alright. You guys might be wondering, like, what does this have to do with the chorus fruit farm? We gotta stop by here just to get some sea lanterns. This is our guardian farm. Lots of goodies here. We're gonna grab probably 2 stacks, maybe 3. Okay, so first step of our upgrade here, we're going to replace all these glowstone lamps we have along the wood here with sea lanterns so that we don't have to have this lever sticking out. Alright, good stuff. So now we're going to add our mechanism to our farm, and I think we can do it pretty simply actually. The plan is just to have some dispensers running along these wood beams, and we'll fill them up with arrows and just shoot them straight up, and they should land on the seeds. down below. And this will work pretty good with our existing farm, actually. It just so happens between each of these, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block space. And I think when you shoot an arrow out of a dispenser like this, it will travel horizontally like up to 2 or 3 blocks. So it kind of works out. Like it should reach to about the middle from here. And then on this one, we'll reach to like the middle over here as well. So it'll cover most of the area. Pretty sure, because when it shoots out this dispenser, it's going to have a random angle to it. Most of them are going to land toward the center, but the odd one's going to go off, and if it hits a seed, it's going to cause it to break off. So we'll probably have to shoot quite a few arrows, though. Like, you see how far that one traveled? Probably have to have quite a few arrows flying here. So the plan is we'll probably put these every 2 blocks. Like so. We got to have some way of filling them with the arrows and activating them as well. So the plan is have hoppers running between each of these, so that if we put the arrows in the hoppers, they'll go into the dispenser. And then we'll just run some rails over top. And does it matter where we put them? I guess we probably want the activator rail over the dispenser, I'm guessing. The dispensers are able to shoot through rails, and then they'll power the power rails as well when the cart goes over top. Okay, everybody, so this is a little bit later now. I had to stop and go do some mining. We were totally out of redstone again. What else is new, right? So we got some more redstone, a little bit more iron for hoppers, and we got this pretty much all set up now. We're about to test it out. So I did it a little bit different because the detector rails on top, where they were, was either powering the hopper or the dispenser, and was either not letting the arrows travel through, or the dispenser was being bud powered, or it just didn't work. Let's leave it at that. It didn't work, so I split the systems. So we got the rails to deliver the arrows, and then we have redstone running underneath to activate the dispensers, and we have full control over both that way. And then we're going to have a reservoir of arrows in these chests, and probably... Oh, I am not as ready as I thought I was. I shouldn't have started recording. I thought I had the hopper minecarts on me. Here they are. You know, I try to make things run smoothly whenever I can, but it doesn't always work. Okay, let's go back up. Yeah, so the plan is get these going underneath. They should fill up pretty quick with the arrows. Yeah, look at that. So that's great. They should also fill these dispensers pretty quickly, I believe. So we got to get 5 different lines going. All right. And we'll have to let this run every so often just to refill the dispensers, but it probably doesn't need to happen all the time. Okay, so let's go over here now. Slip that switch. So let's see. First pass, how many arrows? Just 1 went in there. Ooh, I was hoping for more. Should be pretty good now. I think we'll shut this off. So what are they at? We're at 40. Okay, so 40 arrows per dispenser. I'm guessing we only need like 15, maybe 20 to do a harvest, but we'll see here. Because a lot of the arrows are going to miss. Like, they're not going to hit the seeds every time. But they only need to hit 1 from each plant, really, to be successful with this. So yeah, we set up a pulsar down here. And let's just try to do like 10 at first and kind of see how my seeds get knocked off. Oh wow, that happens quickly. Holy smokes. Okay, that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, that was only 10. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of arrows that just got shot. I'm seeing lots of seeds that are on the ground. A lot of them got knocked off. So yeah, probably only 15 to 20, I'm guessing. Let's let it run a little bit longer. And then we'll do a harvest. I feel like that's about 15, right? Yeah, so that was 15 exactly. Okay, so now we're going to hit the button. How many do we got in here? Let's take these all out so it doesn't mess up with our results. We'll hit the button. This is going to cause a lot of lag because now we have so many entities on the ground too. And I think they get washed by water. So... Oh, maybe they don't. No, okay, they all stayed in place. Just the ones that were on the chorus fruit plants, you could hear them dropping. Uh-huh. Alright, let's kill this fool. And there goes the water. And the seeds should start funneling up here. Are you able to shoot? Whoa! Okay. Did you hit that one over there? Yeah, he hit over here. It knocked the seed off. Okay, so you can use skeletons and stuff to knock them off too if you want. Pretty much anything that shoots arrows. Okay, let's go to bed here. We're going to check this thing out. It looks like we need like 2.5 stacks to replant. We just did a replant here. And we got just about 2.5 stacks with those 15 arrow shots. So we probably want to go to 20 to 25 per harvest, actually. Arrows from each dispenser. Also, it looks like we got a couple problems with this thing. And this is filling up with chorus fruits. So I think our item filters got messed up. And probably got to do a couple repairs on this system. Okay, so that's the chorus fruit one. Oh, yeah. So this is supposed to be for chorus flowers. Somehow the 18 we had in here got removed. So got to deal with that. And let's actually head over to our smelting area to see if it's making purpur. Or if that elevator is still broken. I can't remember. So basically we send all the chorus fruit over to this building, which is where it's supposed to get smelted in the basement here. Oh, they're not running. Uh-oh. Okay, we have problems. All right. This farm's kind of busted a little bit, it looks like. I think it's the elevator. We put an elevator in this thing, and I'm guessing it doesn't work anymore. All right. What kind of elevator? It's the old... Is it a redstone-less one? Oh no, it's this wonky one still. I thought I ripped this thing out and replaced it. I guess not. Okay, so this is like a really weird elevator that probably doesn't work at all anymore. So we just got to replace this with a bubble stream. Yeah, so that old elevator, it worked by sending items through blocks, which isn't really a thing you can do anymore. So we ripped out all that redstone that you saw there, that huge contraption, and it's just been replaced with the bubble stream now, which is so much simpler. Let's test it out. So chorus fruit's supposed to go in and up. Yep, looks good. Alright, and I think I know what happened with the item filters. We're using one of these old styles, which I try not to do anymore. I don't know why I built one here. But the issue, if you only have like 18 items in here, and it fills up entirely, like if it goes to 64, the signal travels 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and it'll activate the one next to it. So this item filter caused this one to shoot out all the items, and I think that's why it broke before. So what we want to do is just expand this to be 1 block longer. Yeah, so this is a pretty common trick. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about it, but just in case you don't, if you're a little bit newer to Redstone, by expanding the item filter here, it makes it a bit bigger, which we don't like. Like, this is a bit of a trade-off. It gets a bit bigger, and we also have to keep 41 items in here instead of just 18, so that costs a little bit more as well. But the benefit is, like, if this fills up to a full stack, we never have to worry about it affecting the item filter next to it, because it can't go beyond a full stack, and at a full stack it can only travel 3 blocks. It would need to travel 4 to reach the one next to it, which is impossible. But it's important to note we have to get rid of these ones in our filter, because otherwise we could have up to 5 stacks in here. We need an item in there, a garbage item, that will never go into the hoppers, so that it's safe. So now, at most, you can only have 1 stack chorus fruit in here at a time. Alright everybody, good stuff, good stuff. So we're about done with this project, I'd say. We got it fixed up. The item filters, the elevators are working now from what I can tell. And we even upgraded it with the new system for knocking the seeds off. That's going to save a lot of time in the long run, because we use quite a bit of purpur on our nether tunnels actually. And one thing I'm going to add off camera here before we're done with it is just a long delay, one of these things, to the start of the pulsar there. So what this is going to do is, so I don't have to time how long to pull the lever for, I'll just have to press a button, and then it'll shoot exactly 21 arrows. So when we did 15 arrows there, we almost got enough seeds back to replant. It was just a little bit shy, so if we shoot an extra 6, I'm pretty sure we'll get enough, plus probably a little bit extra. Alright everybody, so we're going to check out another cool thing that's been added in 1.14. Again, kind of a subtle change, but it's got big implications here. TNT now drops all the blocks when it blows something up. So I'm doing some testing here. Like, look how much sand we got from that. That's amazing. That's awesome. And of course, in order to make TNT, you need sand and gunpowder. So in the past, it wasn't really efficient, or I don't think it was at least, to use TNT to mine sand. It was just a lot quicker to use a shovel. But now, I've blown up 5 other pieces besides this, just to give an idea of how much we're getting. And I've been trying to do it kind of on a flat area of sand. So the first time I did it, we got 20 sandstone, 64 and 18. 20 sandstone the second time, 64 and 21. 64 and 47, 64 and 41, 64 and 47, 64 and 51. So we're kind of getting pretty close to close averages here. Now, that's just been like laying TNT down on a flat surface, like so, and then lighting it. That's kind of the easiest way to place it. There's another way we can do it, though, which will probably yield more sand, but takes more setup time. Yeah, so the other method we can do this is we can dig a little bit of a hole before we place down the TNT and drop it down. That way we can take advantage of the top part of the explosion along with the bottom. So it'll be more of a sphere that gets blown up. It seems like we do get more blocks doing it this way, but I don't think it's worth the extra time it takes to dig the hole. We also get a lot more sandstone and cobblestone in this method, which generally you don't want. You just kind of just want the sand, right? But I've done a couple explosions now to kind of compare. So this was our first test. We're roughly getting about 100 sand per explosion, give or take, right? This is the results from this new method of digging the hole. We get pretty much the same amount of sand. Sometimes, though, we get quite a bit more, like over 2 stacks. Sandstone over here, sandstone over here, the rest is sand. So we're getting pretty much 100 sand as well, but we're getting a lot more sandstone. About 140 blocks compared to like 110 we get this way. So is it worth it? Probably not. I think just placing on the surface is a lot easier. Is it worth it? Is it an efficient way of getting sand for making more TNT? I think so. I think this is going to be the new thing. So how do we do it quickly? I guess just like this. Just keep in your offhand and switch it. Maybe. Oh, try not to blow yourself up. Gotta get into a habit. Okay, let's run through here and kind of see what we got. Yeah, so the ones that we blow up on the surface, they only go like 3 or 4 blocks deep in general, which kind of makes it easy as well, because we can go from like this hole to this one a lot easier. It's not much of a climb. While that other method was making holes that were like 6 or 7 blocks deep, which are kind of hard to traverse. So we're getting like 100 or more sand per TNT. That's enough to make 25 TNT per TNT, right? So something that might be worth checking out. We can be a bit more liberal with our TNT use and do like chaos cannons. That might actually be a thing. If we can get the TNT to spread out enough, it won't blow up the sand that other TNT creates, hopefully. Let's get out of here. I'm guessing you only want it like a few blocks above the surface. That looks like it's spread out pretty good. Yeah, look at all this sand. Look at it all. So that might be a faster way of like covering an area. Either way, though, this is going to be cool. I really like this change. One of the things I dreaded a lot before was like collecting sand for glass and concrete and more TNT, you know. Now there's a method that seems to be quicker and is actually fun because we can use TNT to do it. So I like that. So that's a great combo. And let's check out one more thing here. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Use TNT in a tree farm. Last time I tried this though, it could almost blow up a 5x5x5 area, but we lost so many blocks that I just never ended up doing it. But now this probably is a great way of doing a tree farm actually. So the idea is we'd probably drop the TNT from a dispenser above down into the middle, use pistons to get them all into this position. Should we set up some sand or some dirt just to see if it blasts this? Because ideally you'd like to have the pistons here that don't get destroyed. But that might not be possible. Just curious if it'll blow up the dirt. Okay. We got sand underneath, so that'll give us an idea as well. Alright, so when that blows up. Okay, so it doesn't do the edges. Did it blow up any of the dirt? This is fine on this side, fine on this side, fine on this side. Yeah, so it's pretty exact actually, which is good. Looks like it doesn't get this row here though. Well, it took one piece out over here, one piece out over there. Yeah, if I remember right, I did this test like at least 20 times in the past, and it never would blow up the dirt on the edges. But let's do it again now in 1.14 and make sure it's still consistent. I think it always leaves like a 3D cube though after the explosion. All the dirt's fine still, that's great. And very similar results on this explosion. So that's mining about 70 blocks roughly per TNT, which is not bad. Like that is a lot of wood. That would take so long to mine with your axe, 70 blocks. Ho 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 boy. Okay, this is actually a pretty big deal. So long and gone are the days of chopping wood, everybody. New tree farms are going to be amazing in 1.14. So we're actually going to build one right now, I guess. I went into creative to play around with it for a bit and came up with what I think is a pretty awesome idea, actually. So I got to thinking, why bother like making a whole bunch of piston conveyor systems and whatnot to push the logs around? Why don't we just make a pattern like this and grow spruce trees or jungle trees or something, right? 4 2x2 trees, and then leave the middle hollow if possible, and this is where we drop the TNT down. So I played around with it for a bit, and I figured out if we go up 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, it's counting time with Etho. Alright, you guys ready? 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build this tree farm. You go up 26 blocks, and then you start making your platforms. This is where we're going to be dropping the TNT down, so you want to keep that open. Yeah, so keep in mind the spacing matters quite a bit with this. So 26 dirt blocks below us, and then the clay here is our 27th. And at 27 is where we start with our pistons. So all along this side, all the way up, we're going to have pistons. And then on this side, we're going to have dispensers with the TNT in, starting one block above the piston. All right, and then there's just a simple pattern we got to do. All the repeaters we place here, we set to 4. All right, and then we snake our way up a tower here. So we go like this. Repeater into redstone, into another repeater, set that to 4, and then I guess we go up again, and then we go back, so wire, wire. How do I place this? Yes, we'll do this, okay. No, that's not right. I know what I'm doing, everybody. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Double repeater. 4, 1 2 3 4. All right, so now we are at our next dispenser, and I guess we'll leave a block there too. Okay, and then somehow I built this in creative where I could fly around, so it's much different now. Trying to do it without being able to fly, it's a little bit harder. Okay, then that goes to here, and we do the same pattern. 4 Go up. And then redstone repeater. And go back and forth with this all the way up. We go up 6 dispensers and 6 pistons. So this is what it looks like when one side's done. We just zig and zag all the way up here, 6 dispensers high. And then with the pistons, we do the exact same thing, except mirrored on the other side. So again, we go like this, except where the dispenser is, we put a block, and there should be the piston below it. Okay, and then we go over here, repeater. We just copy what we have over here, basically. Go up and over. All right, redstone dust, and hopefully you get the idea, because we're not going to build the whole thing on camera here. It'll take too long. Go over here, and then our piston needs to go right here. I haven't quite figured out how to place it. I guess let's go over like this. No, it's still faced up. What if we place it like right in the corner? There we go. We figured it out. Okay, so the block goes above. Redstone up here. Repeater is all set to 4. All the way up. Okay, so we got both sides done now. And they're basically mirrors of each other. So now, the way this works, the piston's going to be extended. And then this shoots the TNT on top of the piston head, which holds it for a short amount of time and then releases it. We got to make sure the TNT stays centered, though. So we need to have blocks on the sides here as well, which can be anything. But I'm going to use glass for this, I guess. We'll stack all the way up so that no TNT shoots sideways here. So we pretty much got the main core of this tree farm working. That's all we're going to do today. Like, there's a lot of extra features we could add to make this nicer, but I'll just show you the basic idea to it today, because we're almost out of time. So we want to invert the signal here, and we need 5 repeaters. I think we can get rid of this. Put redstone dust there instead. Set all of these to 4. Oops. Redstone dust there to connect them, and then leave this one at 1, I guess. I think that's the right timing. We'll make sure here, though. And that's all the redstone and stuff you need for this, really. We'll throw a lever here for controlling it. So the idea is when we pull this lever, it's going to activate the TNT dispensers, and then like 20 ticks later, the pistons retract and it drops the TNT down, one after another, starting from the bottom to the top. And now that that's done, I think we're about ready to try it out here. So let's do that. We got to grow some trees. So we'll go with spruce saplings for this test. So we do something like this. And the nice thing is, the way these trees are positioned, we never have to worry about like this tree merging with this one. Like sometimes that happens when you do a 4x4 tree area. But should be perfectly fine with this. So we grow that, grow this one. And again, like there's lots of cool things you could add to this. Dispensers with bone meal in to automatically grow them. One big thing with this that's going to be really important, though, we have to fly to the top of it, or go to the top of it, and shear out the middle. We got to remove the core so that the TNT is free to drop down, because it's going to be full of leaves all the way. So probably set up like a bubble stream elevator next to this that brings us to the top. We shear our way down and then put like a button down here to activate it, ideally. But we don't have that set up right now. This is just the rough thing, so we got to fly up there to pull that lever. So it's not fancy at all, but it should work, I think. I've put TNT in all of these, and it's going to use 6 TNT per harvest. So hopefully, I do anything wrong? Hopefully we don't blow it up. Pull that. We'll go from a distance to check it out. So it starts from the bottom and works its way up. And you see that little timing between? It's to allow all the drops to fall down without getting blown up by the TNT. Because if you went boom, 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 most of the drops would get exploded. But this gives it time to fall with the gravity. And I guess let's see what we get here. Now, it doesn't do a perfect job either, but it's pretty close. Let's throw away our saplings too, because I'm curious about that. We need at least 16. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And I think we're pretty good here. A little bit more up there. Oh, some fell in the middle. We could set up a system for automatically picking up the stuff, like maybe the hopper minecart or something underneath running. There's a few leaves left over that'll despawn over time if we leave them. And you'll have a few pieces of wood left over in midair. That's perfectly fine as well. We'll still be able to grow the next set of trees, and it'll just grow through whatever's left that didn't get cleared out. So we got just about 4 stacks of wood there and 18 saplings. So that's good to go. Probably set up some pistons to move these last couple pieces of logs that don't get moved, right? But we can just chop them away too, it's fine. And get started on the next batch. And yeah, that's kind of the idea behind it. I think it's going to be really cool. Really convenient, really quick. And like the great thing about this is you could set this up pretty quickly in a new world. Like it only costs a few stacks of redstone, right? There's hardly any pistons in it, so it's not going to use a whole bunch of iron. You just need a source of TNT though, is kind of the problem. Alright, we go for the next round. Sometimes the trees are taller than other times as well. This time they weren't quite as tall, so we didn't get as much wood. Uh-oh. We're fine. And you'll notice none of the dirt got blown up. That's really important. So all this podsel's still here. Alright, everybody. Well, I think we'll have to wrap up for today's episode. I'll try to get more done on that tree farm for next time, though. We'll check out some extra features. Try to make it a little nicer to use. But for now, we're going to read the comment of the day and finish up here. It says, "Hey, Etho, are you doing okay? For some reason, your voice doesn't make you sound like you're in the greatest shape. If you're in any trouble, I hope you get better soon. If not, well then, sorry for misinterpreting." Uh-huh. I appreciate the concern. I really do, honestly. I actually, not to brag or anything, I don't want to sound braggy, but I feel like I got pretty lucky in life as far as health goes. Never really had any serious health problems. And even like stuff that could have happened from accidents, like breaking a bone or getting ran over or something like that. That's never happened to me. I haven't had any serious health problems from stupidity either. So yeah, the only real issue I have is a slight allergy to pop. And that's it. Like, I'll get nosebleeds if I drink a lot of pop. Also known as soda to some of you. Other than that, though, doing pretty good. I resumed the exercise thing. I kind of fell out of it during last summer, but managed to pick it up. I'm doing chin-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, lifting weights and stuff, and feeling pretty good. For a while there, I thought maybe I was going to start gaining weight, but that kind of got under control. I haven't gained any weight. I'm not no chubs added to the Etho. Only thing is that I think I could improve is I used to do like a lot of biking and tennis and stuff, and I don't do that anymore. I hardly move because I'm in my chair all day. So if I was asked to run somewhere, I would get winded so fast. So that's something I should probably think about doing more of. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Thank you for your concern. Again, I encourage everybody to get into exercise if you haven't. I've mentioned this before. Not only does it improve your physical well-being, it is great for your mental well-being as well. Like, you feel better and have more energy and stuff when you exercise too. So it's definitely worth doing, and I definitely encourage people to get into it or to resume it if you've kind of gotten lazy, like I did at some point. Get back into it. You can do it. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.